If you're looking to save some money on design shop upgrades, you can get the upgrade from Vector to Professional. The Vector is what you got with your C package. Most every one of my customers has that. So if you're looking to upgrade, now is a great time. Save 25%. Change from one element to another and do a vector fill or a vector line. Those are cool because now I can save that as like a AI or an EPS or an SVG. And what that allows is for you to take it to a Silhouette machine or a Cricut or a vinyl cutter and do some really cool work and effects with that. So instead of doing applique with fabric, you could actually pre-cut your fabric or your vinyl and then applique it on. And then I'm going to show you changing one element type to the next. So again, this is a fill stitch that I created here. I'm going to go ahead and click on this button right here. And we can come in and change this to a walking stitch. We can add or we can replace it. So it would take and knock it out like that. So let's say instead of stitching that fill stitch, we want to stitch a rough edge applique, like a distressed frayed edge. This would be a way that you could do that. Pretty cool. In a click of a button, how you can change that. What you can do is select your whole image, do a right click, go to operations, generate basting primer. We're going to select primer. I'm going to say just 3 millimeters out. And depending on how thick of a blanket, Sherpa, whatever you're using, between 20 and 30 is good for density. And you'll see where it just drops that right in. Is really great if you're doing like knit beanies or anything with a lot of texture and you normally would use water soluble. So let's say we want to go ahead and maybe add a shadow to this. We could do that if you have your image in wireframe. You can go to Object, Shadow, and then you tell it what type of shadow you want, how big and all this, what kind of overlap you want. So I can change that, add a color, keep it the same, and it just pops it right in there. Isn't that cool? So pretty neat how in a click of a button. Now I could have manually drawn that stuff in, but it would take a lot longer, obviously. Let's say we want it to stitch a little bit faster, or we want it to have a little bit less cost involved, maybe a faster sew out, less thread going down, or just for a kind of neat light look, more decorative look. What we can do is we can double click on this and come into our top stitching and change our satin to a decorative. And I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of different things here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose diamond, and you can see, we can do the trace border. You can see here that it shows up there, and you can adjust the properties of it here. So it'll adjust that and do different things. So you can see how that changed there. And you can play around with that and get a lot of different kinds of effects. So it's kind of a neat thing to mess with. And this is a feature that's only available in this level of design shop. So I probably couldn't live without it. It's pretty cool. Pretty sure you can even create your own patterns, but that's for another day. And also, if you want the Fast Clamp Pro, it is on sale, 25% off also. And the XL Hoop Kit, it is a great savings at 25% discount. These are some of your higher dollar items that are hard to justify the investment in, but as you can see, super time saving, awesome tools. So let me know if you want to get hooked up with any of this fun stuff.